Once upon a time, on the very edge of Sunbeam Meadow stood a wondrous, bustling toy factory. The roof was painted bright cherry red, and puffs of colorful steam floated from its copper chimney. Inside, cogs whirred and ribbons danced. Paint tickled the air with its sweet scent, and the laughter of toy makers bubbled like soda pop. The toy factory was loved by all the animals who lived nearby, especially Benny the bunny. Benny the bunny was a sleek, snowy white rabbit with an immaculately groomed coat that gleamed like fresh snowflakes caught in sunlight. His big emerald green eyes sparkled with curiosity as he hopped around in his sky blue vest, its brass buttons shining proudly. A soft crimson scarf was always tied snugly around his neck, fluttering behind him, and his fluffy cotton puff tail twitched with excitement every time he neared the factory. Today, Benny felt adventure tingling in his paws. He'd been invited to the toy factory's special open doors. As Benny bounded through the golden grass, he wondered what marvels awaited him. Maybe a mountain of plush teddies to snuggle, or wind-up birds that whistled sweet songs. Benny's pink-padded feet thumped lightly on the checkered tile floor as he entered the grand front doors, greeted by delightful bursts of giggles and the scent of newly carved wood. "Hello, Benny," called Sasha the squirrel, her bushy tail waving from atop a stack of bouncing balls. She tossed him a candy-colored marble, and Benny caught it in one paw, grinning brightly. "Are you here for the treasure hunt?" "Oh, yes," Benny replied, arranging his scarf. "I hope I find something really special." He bounced along, marveling at the swirling colors, the amazing clockwork unicorns, and the rows upon rows of dolls with rosy cheeks. Benny approached the stacking train tracks, careful not to knock over a tiny city of blocks. The factory buzzed with happy music and gentle clangs. Yet for all the wonders he found, Benny felt there was something unique still waiting to be discovered. As Benny explored a corridor near the back, the noises of the factory grew quieter. Here, boxes were neatly stacked, and tools gleamed in tidy rows. Suddenly, Benny heard a tiny whirring sound. Whir, click, whir, click. It came from a small bench, gently splashed with sunlight from a round window. There, tucked beside the toolboxes and ribbons, sat something Benny had never seen before. It was a little robot, no taller than Benny's own ears, with shiny silver panels and big button eyes. Its arms were shaped like springs, and its round tummy glowed with a soft blue light. The robot's face was sweet, but looked a bit worried. It turned its head, letting out another quiet whir. "Oh, hello," Benny said softly, coming closer and giving a little bow, as he always did when meeting someone new. "I'm Benny the bunny. You seem like you could use a friend." The robot's button eyes blinked. "Hello," it said, its voice gentle and a little bit wobbly. "My name is Tinkerbot. I think I am lost." Benny's big ears perked up, one of them tipping endearingly as he listened. He hopped right up to Tinkerbot, sitting so they were nose to nose. "Don't worry, Tinkerbot. I can help you. I'm really good at finding things and friends. Do you remember where you're supposed to?" Tinkerbot shook its round head. A little spring on its side bounced with the movement. "I came off the assembly table to see where the pretty music was coming from. And now, I can't find my way back." Benny's heart swelled with kindness. "Let's find your way together," Benny declared, with a determined twitch of his tail. He gently patted Tinkerbot's shiny arm. "You can hold on to my scarf so we don't get separated." Tinkerbot smiled, a tiny light blinking cheerfully on its chest. It grasped the fluttering edge of Benny's crimson scarf, and together they set off through the magical corridors of the toy factory. Everywhere they went, Benny asked the busy toy makers and twirling dancers of music boxes, "Have you seen where Tinkerbot belongs?" The plush bear seamstress said, "Try the Rainbow Assembly Room, where new toys learn their first song." The kite-making mouse suggested, "Maybe down by the Trainland, where robots like to play conductor." Annie and Tinkerbot explored both places, giggling and marveling all the while. Along the way, Benny pointed out his favorite things for Tinkerbot: the rainbow marbles, the bucket of squeaky ducks, and the glittery shelves of wind-up birds. Tinkerbot, in return, showed Benny how to make gentle robot beeps with a hidden button behind its ear, which made the two giggle until even the shadowy corners seemed brighter. At the Giggling Gears workshop, Benny and Tinkerbot paused by the great clockwork wall. Gears spun and ticked, and every time one completed a turn, it let out a happy little giggle. Hee hee! Benny hopped closer to Tinkerbot. "Are you all right? You're quieter than a feather." Tinkerbot lowered its shiny head. Benny's own emerald eyes widened with care. He took Tinkerbot's chilly metal hand between his warm, dainty paws. "We all belong somewhere," Benny said gently. "And even if you don't know where just yet, you belong with me right now, because you're my friend, and friends stick together." Tinkerbot's blue tummy light shone brighter, and it let out the tiniest hopeful ding. Benny thought carefully, drums of inspiration bouncing in his chest. "Let's visit the Lost and Found room. That's where all the toys who get a bit lost wait to find their place." Leading the way, Benny and Tinkerbot found the Lost and Found room, a cozy nook filled with missing puzzle pieces, floppy-eared bears, and a parade of lost yo-yos. The walls smelled of sweet cinnamon and vanilla, and a soft lullaby played in the background. Miss Willow, the wise old owl who watched over the room, blinked her golden eyes as they entered. "What brings you here?" she asked kindly. Benny explained Tinkerbot's adventure in gentle words, his ears tipped earnestly toward the caring owl. Miss Willow nodded and fluffed her feathers. She turned to Tinkerbot and said, "Each toy in this factory is special, Tinkerbot. Sometimes the most important journeys are the ones where you find a new friend." Tinkerbot's eyes glowed, and it seemed to stand a bit taller. "I like being with Benny," it beeped. "He makes me feel at home." Benny squeezed Tinkerbot's hand. "And I like you too. Maybe, just maybe, you aren't lost anymore, because my favorite place to be is with a friend." Miss Willow smiled, her eyes twinkling. "Benny, would you like to take Tinkerbot as your very own companion? The factory always hopes its toys find someone who loves them." Benny's paws bounced with delight. "Oh, absolutely. We're already the best of friends. Tinkerbot can live in my burrow, come to picnics, and join me for every adventure." Tinkerbot spun joyfully, letting out a happy chime and whir, and Benny's white fur shimmered in the golden afternoon light. Benny reached into a special pocket of his vest and pulled out a tiny blue button, which he pinned to Tinkerbot's arm. "This is my lucky button," Benny explained. "Now you'll always know you have a place with me." Together, with warm goodbyes and hugs from all their new friends at the factory, Benny and Tinkerbot hopped and rolled down the blossom-strewn path towards Sunbeam Meadow. The wind made Benny's crimson scarf dance and tickled Tinkerbot's antenna. They played hide and seek, built sandcastles at the pond's edge, and even made up robot bunny hopscotch games. Boing, beep, hop, whir! At night, Tinkerbot glowed softly, brightening Benny's cozy burrow with quiet blue light that kept nighttime shadows away. Before bed, Benny filled Tinkerbot's story-listening ears with tales of jungle pirates, cupcake clouds, and magic marbles. From that wonderful day on, Benny the bunny and Tinkerbot the robot were never apart. Best friends forever, just as shiny and true as the brass buttons on Benny's sky blue vest. And whenever anyone in Sunbeam Meadow asked, "Where do you belong, Tinkerbot?" the little robot would grin and say, "I belong with my best friend, Benny." With hearts full of happiness, loving laughter, and gentle adventures ahead, Benny and Tinkerbot knew that belonging was simply being together in the warmth of friendship, no matter where they hopped, rolled, or dreamed. And they lived happily and beepily ever after.